Steve Perkins. Good morning. It's the very end of August in 2020. The clouds this morning, and it's about 8:30, something like that. I just finished putting the capstones on. The next step, anyhow, it worked out pretty well. I purposely bought a couple extra blocks just because I knew I had to finesse the corners a bit. It's not perfectly square, it doesn't matter. I mean, who knows? Once the dressing goes on, it'll look like that. And the imperfections are part of the style, the look. The next step will be let this cure, then dry. Then with either angle sander or with a circular saw, I round off all the corners, all the edges, and then I put this stuff. It's kind of a plasticized stucco. Anyhow, it worked really well on all the other blocks I've done, and that's white. You can also get it in gray or brownish or something, but it doesn't really matter. It'll affect whatever you put on top of that. What I often do is, what I have been doing is put this stucco on. It's pseudo stucco, so you don't need screen. It doesn't need to be. It's not as difficult, and I can do it. And you smooth that on, maybe 2 coats, not too thin, because that's a no-no. Yeah, I spread it on, trowel it on, maybe 2 coats. Again, keeping the corners, the edges rounded over, filling in the gaps, and then once that's dried, there are mesquite leaves all over this. They fall all over me. Anyhow, that time of year, sorry about jerking the camera around. I know better. Then the next step is the paint. It's just good old-fashioned flat exterior latex paint, and these latest 2 projects are a little bit lighter than the original one over there, which is a little bit darker. So what I might do is, one of those things while I'm at it, either get a different color paint. I don't know if the light blue, if I really like it that much. It's a little bit too light. I like the grayer version of it, frankly. But anyhow, I can just put 1 coat on. I know I have that paint, so I can put 1 coat on eventually. And I actually want to backfill this as soon as possible. So once I get the stucco on and 1 coat of paint, then I want to backfill this so that the tree is not suffering. It been through a lot recently, but it seems to be okay. The leaves dropping is kind of a natural part of the season. It's technically by the calendar, it's late summer, so it's mid-September, but in Palm Springs, that just means more summer. Sometimes our heat wave lasts until early November, but now with the climate shifting and wildfires, and who knows what the hell's going on in Washington after November. I certainly hope it's in favor of cleaner air, cleaner water, saner policies all the way around. So vote Democrat or unfriend me. Steve Perkins, Palm Springs adjacent, Cathedral City here in the South 40, making some progress. Give you an update when I get the paint and get that done. And I finally got another contact for the landscapers to do the paving and flagstone. I could do a lot of it myself, even though I'm 74 and all that. I would have to rent a truck, probably hire some people to help me because especially flagstone, they're big pieces and hard to wrangle and move. One thing, you get buy them at the quarry or the field and stone store, whatever it's called. Put them onto your vehicle. They will help you load it there, but offloading it when you get to the site here, have to put it onto my little wheelbarrow, my garden cart, schlep it through the concrete, schlep it through the gravel here, back to the backyard, offload it, and then actually do the installation. That's a lot of lifting, which that becomes my gym workout right now. My yard, doing all this. But I'm enjoying the cool this morning, and you can see the sun is starting to break through the clouds and through the smoke. So I kind of need to finish up here and get out of the smoke, which is, it's moving out. The direction of the wildfire smoke is moving to the south, so it's a lot better. I just try to be smart about exposing my lungs to all kinds of stuff. So that's why I take potassium iodide. I think that's iodide, yeah. And I originally got this back when we had the Fukushima radiation lofting into or across the Pacific into California. And it's still coming. They just have downplayed it a lot. Paranoid? No, just trying to be aware, trying to take care of whatever I can. So I'll get back to you once I get my paint. Distinctive. Different angle from the sun. Kind of looks metallic in some way, which is kind of cool. It's not so flat. It's not a flat version. It's glossy, so it's not my favorite. Finally came to a realization that pavers nobody's going to take this job because it's a small job and it's kind of complex. So I decided I'm just going to do it myself and just take my time, as I've done most everything around here. But the project, I'm doing this in phases, and I've had time to plan. This is in phases. We rent a rental pickup from either one of the home improvement stores or rental place, car rental, and doing these foot square pavers first. And I'm first going to be doing this area here that goes from the existing pavers here, angled to the pool pad that's already here. And then I'll finesse the edges, of course, to match. And I want to emulate this feeling here, where the pool pad meets the pavers, meets this eyebrow planter bed with the edges. It's a nice look, and that's going to happen there. But you add things to it. I've got these 2x2 foot pavers, kind of like in a zigzag, and I want to put one or two of those in this area over here, so it looks like it's integrated. So it is integrated with the rest of the design. But what I'll do is lay these pavers down first in the grid, and then the pavers are at a different location. The good prices, I have to travel a bit to get them. And then I'll just lift up the 4 pieces here, replace it with the 2x2 squares, and that's how I'm going to do it. They're kind of heavy, but that's just the way it is. That's why I have to rent a pickup truck for that. So once the pavers are all done, then I'll launch into flagstones, and that's another trip to I call it the quarry. And the flagstones will go from the edge of the pavers here, all around here, And, ideally I'd like to go all the way around the pool because there's just a little section here, like 3 feet wide. It'd be nice to really finish that off and have flagstone going all the way here. So I put these circular tiles here, stepping stone pavers, and because you walk here, you do walk here. And it'd be nice to finish this off so it looks a little more civilized and there's more usable space. But of course that's another huge project. Will take a lot more tailoring. All the edges need to be tailored. I don't really like flagstone that shows a lot of mortar in between. Why put? You see more mortar than you see flagstone usually, and I have that's on my agenda. But at least I got my help. Anyhow, that's the progress here. Steve Perkins from the South 40. Catch you later.